Storyteller and Co. presents Scar.
He had this scar that for the longest time I just couldn't see. He would point to his temple and say, "It's right here." And as a kid, I would just take that at face value. I would look for it and find nothing but the skin of his temple. I would then proceed to call him a liar. But his response was always the same, that I just wouldn't understand until I was older. And you know what? He was right. The secret to his scar was you had to be weathered by the world. Such a pretentious thing to say. But he loved to say it. It was his way of explaining it. I still remember the day I began to figure out what that meant. We were at Nan's old house, celebrating her birthday, I think. I don't know. I had been excited to see family I didn't get to see very often, and at first I was enjoying myself. But then, I don't know, something in me just kind of, it was like a switch had been flipped inside of me, and I was just suddenly very desperate to get away from everyone. Turns out it was easier than I thought it would be, and found a quiet spot inside to hide away. Not sure how long I had gotten away with it before he found me, though. He started off the conversation with mundane small talk, questions to ease me into the big one of what was wrong. I always appreciated that about him. He would know how to help you by figuring out what you needed before trying to help. First, I was a little worried. He was already fairly old at that point, and our family history tends to be unkind on our minds as we age. But then he turned and looked me right in the eye. I realized then that he'd gone quiet to make sure what he said was worded properly. And it's those words that I leave with you. What you're feeling now is just the beginning. When you're alone, it will drown you. But when you turn to others, like me, its hold on you will falter. You too may end up with a scar like mine, perhaps even many of them, but it's not... What?